actually, that's the thing about Michael. He was the ultimate student of the game, coming from the Motown school and becoming a master in his own right. But he studied underneath his peer group. You know, you had Stevie Wonder there, the Marvin Gayes, you know, Temptations, obviously Diana Ross.
And
you know, it's a rich history.
Absolutely, rich history. What was it about Michael in particular, of all the Jackson 5, why was he the one that became the breakout star?
I think he just had that it quality that people always talk about, that at the end of the day, you know, he was cute, he was dynamic, he had a presence, you know, he had an incredible voice, an incredible gift. You know, there was just something special about him. But I mean, it was the whole collective that I think really attracted people. This idea of these brothers unified, you know, with this strong father figure, strong mother figure. You know, we as young people of color, young African Americans, I was born in 1971, we connected to that story that this is the American dream. You know, these guys coming from this modest, you know, beginning in Gary, Indiana, and conquering the world and really changing the world.
So what did that, tell us a little bit more about what that meant for the African-American community.
Well, a lot of kids my age, you know, I was born in 71, like I said, obviously we grew up listening to the music. It was so much part of our culture and our upbringing. We had to learn the songs, learn the lyrics, learn the dance moves. You know, there were cartoons, there were variety series that they had. You know, it was just so much entertainment. And we really, again, just felt this connection that Michael was a part of our lives and that he was part of our family, even though we hadn't met him personally.
And then, so what were the feelings then when as he got older, he started to have the plastic surgery that so altered his appearance?
I think we got angry at times and confused and disappointed, but we always still loved him. You know, it's kind of like a family member when you don't agree with everything that they do, but at the same time, that's your brother, that's your father, that's your uncle. So I think we sort of had those moments when we questioned what he was doing and felt he was at times being self-destructive, but you know, there's still a lot of great music and a lot of wonderful things that we always stay connected to, and we could not take away the memories of what he meant to us.
Elliot, I just want to point out that we've got some Jackson family members there. Yeah, absolutely. I see LaToya Jackson, I believe.
Yeah, Reverend Jackson.
And Reverend Jackson. And
it's mostly LaToya, I believe, out of the immediate family.
Out of the immediate family there. That's right. I'm sure we'll continue to see more coming. Now, I'm curious also about getting back to what we were saying earlier, when he started to change his appearance. I'm wondering where you thought that came from. Here was one of the most talented, if not the most talented musician to ever come along. And yet that seems to indicate a certain amount of insecurity. Do you think
I think he grew up with that. I mean, how could you not be insecure at times when you grow up in front of the world? You know,
right.
He had acne problems as a kid. You know, all that stuff's played out. You know, he had issues of, you know, obviously been well-documented abuse with his father. You know, sometimes you don't like what you see. It's hard being a black man in this country. And you know, I feel like there were times when he tried to change things and make things better, and maybe he got a little too into it. And obviously, a lot of people that have plastic surgery do it more than once, and you start making all these changes to try to craft this kind of perfect being. But again, I don't think it was a sign of him trying to be white or anything. I just think it was a sign of him just feeling imperfect and wanting to, like, rebuild himself and craft himself. But I think at the same time, even though he was a proud black man, he transcended race. You know, he, like an Obama, like a Jackie Robinson, he showed that we could cross these barriers and we could be, you know, change the world and sort of, you know, this idea of We Are the World, which, you know, a song he created with Lionel Richie, you know, to really give back and change the world and impact children